The Simpsons Hit and Run is one of my favorite games of all time. It helps that I've seen all of the Simpsons episodes. It also helps that I'm nostalgic for it.
Hello and welcome back to another video, where today we will be playing, as you can see, Simpsons Hit and Run.
Look at this idiot recording the TV. Now I just recorded the floor. The Simpsons Hit and Run is a game made by Radical Entertainment in 2003, which means this is 20 years old. I just wanted to point that out to everyone. The Simpsons Hit and Run was released for the PS2, the GameCube, and some other third console that I forgot the name of. I'll always remember the Simpsons Hit and Run as part of a trio of games that released on the PS2, which was the Simpsons Hit and Run, the Simpsons Road Rage, and the Simpsons Skateboarding. So, you know, not the best trio. Road Rage was okay, but you don't want to misspell it, because that would be a very awkward conversation for you. You'd just be like, I just tried out Roid Rage, and it's like, I wasn't going to have a conversation about Hulk Hogan. What are you doing? I have a confession, and it's not about steroids. I have never beat the Simpsons Hit and Run. I know, I'm a fraud, I'm not a real fan, so I decided I'm going to beat the game right now. The game starts off with this, quite honestly, beautiful cutscene that definitely holds up with today's standards. In other words, it's shit. So this is a picture of Marge and it's supposed to get me to talk to her, but obviously the first thing I did was drive to Ralph Wiggum's house and beat the shit out of him.
I think my tummy leaked.
Why, you little...
Ralph doesn't deserve this, which is why it's so fun. Well, I should get going now. I should probably try and start this game. What makes this even better is I'm not going to face any consequences because the police aren't going to get back there and Ralph can't do anything about it. You're fucked!
Homie, somebody ate every dessert in the house. I need you to run to the store and pick up some of that ice cream with the miniature pies in it.
This is yet another example of why they shouldn't have took away my license. Uh-oh. Didn't this guy get cancelled? Why do people keep allowing this man to parade around as an Indian? I'm pressing the racist alert.
Silent alarm activated.
I will have Twitter.com on my side in no time.
Hey, Apu, give me a cola and I need another bucket of...
Skinner, I swear to God, if you get in my way, I will eliminate you from life. Jesus Christ, Homer, you drive like my wife. The plot of level 1 revolves around Homer trying to figure out what these mysterious black vans are doing that are driving all around Springfield. This game is so realistic. I once followed an elderly gentleman around to see what he was up to. He looked a bit suspicious. I was wondering, what's this guy doing? So I followed him around, and he was shopping. But I got to the bottom of it, and that's all that matters. The only difference between this and real life is that Sexy One Paranoid didn't play in real life. But it didn't need to, because you know I'm sexy. But before we find out who's behind these mysterious black vans, first we have to solve a real problem.
A new violent video game has hit the streets, and we need to get rid of it before it warps any children with its bloops and bleeps.
I hate violent video games. I have no idea why Homer was needed for this mission, when Marge is clearly the one driving and ramming into the truck and stealing the violent video games. I guess he's just there for emotional support. The final mission of level 1 is Homer and Smithers racing, and then at the end Homer finds out that the black vans he was following were pizza vans, and then celebrates getting fired. At first, The Simpsons Hit and Run was being developed as a sequel to The Simpsons Road Rage. This can be seen where some of the files will be labeled S or R2. I've seen some people try to claim that The Simpsons Hit and Run isn't just another Crazy Taxi clone because Sega tried to sue Radical Entertainment for infringement. But that's actually not true, because that happened in 2003, which was the same year that Hit and Run released. Early on in the development of The Simpsons Hit and Run, it was decided that they wanted to bring the franchise in a new direction. They made a complete overhaul to the game engine and decided that the only part of Road Rage worth keeping was the driving. The idea of making Simpsons Hit and Run open world came up in a meeting when somebody asked why they can't get out of the car and walk around Springfield. And then they spent the next couple of hours discussing what kind of games they could do if they decided to go down that path. The developers looked to GTA 3 as inspiration for their game and a blueprint for how The Simpsons could work as an open world game. Next we play as Bart, and we have to drive to try and save while avoiding getting caught skipping school by Principal Skinner, because if we get caught, we get expelled. If Skinner is out looking for people skipping school, doesn't that mean that he's skipping school? Also, I'd just like to point out that this level takes place on October 26th, and October 26th in 2003 was a Sunday.
Too late, losers. I got the last game. 4-finger discount. Some crazy lady destroyed all the rest.
When will they learn? Video games don't kill people, they just kill their minds. I am the king!
Jesus Christ, Bert, I know you're angry, but you don't have to resort to violence. Bert's about to shoot up a school because he can't get a copy of Glover. I have good news and bad news. Bert's no longer shooting up the school, he's bombing it instead. What a little scamp. Up to some classic Bert mischief.
Ralph, word in the hood is that you got access to your old man's fireworks stash.
Fireworks make my ears yell.
Here's some gumdrops. Now make with the works.
My daddy's going to put you in jail. Bye.
You piece of shit! This is why I kicked him in level 1.
Fireworks, eh? You're looking at 5 life sentences of community service.
This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I fought the law and
That was easy. I must not be paying him that much to say I lost him after driving for all of 5 seconds. Next up, Homer forces Bert to pay 200 coins to drive his car. Homer is such an inspiration. What an entrepreneur. At Homer's car, I immediately start stalking people, which leads me to racing a criminal in a sports car.
Hey there, Mr. Slackjawed Yokel.
That be I.
Can I borrow your satellite dish?
Sure, if you help me scoop up my flat meat, sophisticated city youngster. Those darn revenuers don't like me selling roadkill.
I hate all of the Cletus missions. They're all unreasonably difficult, just because the developers wanted you to listen to that damn banjo. In the last mission of level 2, we have to kill all cell phone users so we can view the Chuckosaurus. One thing I really like about this game is that you can clearly tell the developers like The Simpsons by how many references they put into this. There's gags you can interact with in each level that are nice nods to the show.
Is it the future yet?
Don't come in here. We're making sausage. Man sausages.
What the fuck? The fuck is a sausage? There's also 7 cards in each level that you can collect that all have references to the show on them. Like we have a card of the Insanity Pepper, and we have a card of the Krusty Doll from Chair's of Horror. After Bart gets kidnapped, we move on to the Lisa level, where she basically just looks for Bart. There's a part in the Lisa level where Chief Wiggum lets Lisa borrow Ralph's old Halloween costume to go undercover, but there's a couple of problems, which is, why does Lisa have to pay for it if she's borrowing it? And also, if she's going undercover, why are they sitting in a police car? At the end of the Lisa level, we find Bart.
Kiss my grits.
And then we move on to Marge's level. Marge is the first person who actually wants to solve what's going on because of Bart's, as she calls it, ooga booga talk. And I'm just gonna say it. Kinda racist that she called Spanglish ooga booga talk. We're 4 levels in, and the story has finally started.
I could have
Fuck
Easy
you,
Oh,
Cletus. We have to help Grandpa get his pills back because they thought that stealing an old man's medication was a bit of a laugh. And then we get this cutscene, which is just about as horrifying as all of the others.
That's it. It was on a bottle of...
I have not been able to sleep since January. So that's why I got this idea. Why don't I, as a goof, steal an old man's sleeping medication? The cutscene is basically just there to teach us that the Buzz Cola has something to do with everything that's going on. I think it's time that I should talk about the gameplay. It's not really a secret that this game has much better vehicle controls than character controls. All of the vehicles feel different from each other while all of the characters feel the same. But that's not really my problem. My issue is more of that when you're playing as one of the characters, you can't really move around the best. I've had problems when I'm trying to jump with the camera, but I think that the camera controls are mostly fine. I've played Mario 64, so I know what shit camera controls look like. Luckily, this game is mostly vehicle missions, but those odd times when you have to get out of your car, it's not good. But as we'll see later, the car missions aren't exactly flawless. The timer can be very unforgiving. One mistake could cost you hours of your life. But I feel like the game being this way kind of makes it a bit better, because beating a level that you've been stuck on for ages, like finally beating it, it feels so good. It almost makes it all worth it. Now I'm on to the 5th level. I can't wait to see who I get to play as. I hope it's some fun character who everybody can enjoy without controversy.
What the fuck?
Since the beginning of time, there has always been 3 questions that humans have always asked. What is the meaning of life? Why do we exist? Why is Apu a playable character in the Simpsons Hit and Run? If Apu is racist, and I'm playing as Apu, does that mean I'm racist?
Move it, Cracker!
Whoa. Have it with the racial stuff there, buddy. I can't believe I would be so insensitive. Apu's goal is to find out where the Buzz Cola is coming from. This leads him to buying a car from Homer and then ramming it into 9 babies.
This is not good for my insurance.
Eventually you find out that the Buzz Cola is coming from the museum and you have to team up with Bert to get there in 5 minutes. I'm not exactly Albert Einstein, but I don't think that 30 seconds is equal to 5 minutes. After the mission, we see a cutscene where Kang and Kodos are conveniently talking about their plan in great detail. Apparently they were just making a reality TV show. Now it all makes sense. When the game was released, the success of it exceeded the expectations of Vivendi Games and Radical Entertainment. Immediately after the game was finished, Radical started working on the sequel. The sequel planned to be less linear, include abilities for each character, and do everything the original did, but better. Unfortunately, Vivendi declined to renew their contract, and EA signed a contract with Fox to develop their own Simpsons games. The Simpsons Game and The Simpsons tapped out. The sequel to The Simpsons Hit and Run would never be created. In level 6, Bart wants to tell Krusty what's going on so Krusty can say it on TV. It's so dumb. They could have easily skipped this level. So why the hell did they feel the need to put the hardest level in the game in here? This mission was made by Satan himself. Good old Lucifer. Good old Lucy. The worst part about this level is I lost the footage of me beating it. I have beat it, I have the green tick, but it's not there. In the last mission of level 6, you team up with Homer so he can drive you to the Duff Brewery. That's it. That's the entire mission. They must have felt bad after making us do set the kill, so they just threw this in here. But it's only gonna get worse from here. I think it's time we try out some cheat codes. Okay, so I've turned on change character. Jasper. I thought when it said change character that it meant like the other characters you get to play as, but this is much better. I'm just gonna steal Homer's car because we have to head to the Quickie Mart. I am about to make history. There he is. Right at the back.
My metabolism has been slowed by frozen peas.
This wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. Oh my god! I'm Lenny! Lenny is so cool. And logically, as Lenny, we have to head to work, because I don't want to mess up Lenny's perfect attendance record. You know, it just feels wrong to drive this car. This isn't a Lenny car. This is a Lenny car. You know what I just realized the other day? It's that Slither.io is just Snake, but with more players. And I don't know how I didn't realize that earlier. What the hell? 2 Lennys? I mean, I'm clearly the better one. I have a fatter ass. I'm a cop now. Wait, so if I'm a cop, and I'm also black, does that mean I hate myself? Come on, Chief. We got business to attend to. I am a cop. I'm above the law. Chief, I think we just killed Eddie.
I'd call an ambulance, but those guys are jerks.
It's not really child abuse if it's not your child. Listen, Ralph, you should consider yourself lucky. If I was having a bad day, you'd be getting a good look down the barrel of my gun.
Maybe pigs can fly. Ow! Ow! Whew! You really creamed them that time. It's Wiggum time.
Wait, what the hell? Why is everyone a power plant worker? Quick, drive. That's so funny. I just ding-dong ditched the mayor. While we're here, I might as well show you this glitch I found when I was younger. What the fuck? Level 7. The final level of the game. And we finally get to play as Homer again. The first level involves us getting supplies since it is the zombie apocalypse. We talk to Ned, we steal from Cletus, and we talk to Mo.
I need your chainsaw to chop up attacking zombies.
But then how will I defend myself?
Mo. Shouldn't the weapons go to save people who have loved ones?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think I made my point.
I can't tell if this smoke is part of the care, or if it's fire.
Fuck! That wasn't part of the deal! I feel bad.
It was probably fire. Next, we have to drive Professor Frank to the school and not blow up nuclear waste on the way. This is the first of many levels like this. I nearly got this mission on my first try, but because I messed up once, I had to replay this mission for the next hour. The next mission involves us driving back to the power plant to ask Mr. Burns for some nuclear waste.
Go! In that case, here's the map to where I buried nuclear waste barrels all over Springfield.
And by buried all over Springfield, he means left in the entrance to the power plant. Wow, I actually got that done in one go. These missions are way easier than I remember.
No!
I regret speaking. After 22 hours of playing, I finally beat the game. Oh, and here comes the credits. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I think I learned a valuable lesson today. If you want to put yourself through torture, make sure the torture is fun at points. In all seriousness, The Simpsons Hit and Run is a really fun game, and it's disappointing to me that Radical Entertainment and Vivendi Games never made a sequel, and the fact that EA definitely will not because they love The Simpsons Tapped Out too much. How much money does that game make to say that they just will not make another Simpsons game? I don't understand. Listen, I love The Simpsons Tapped Out as much as the next guy, but even I can see that The Simpsons needs a new console game. The last console game they made was 2008, and the last game they made was 2012. That's 12 years ago at this point. 11, nearly 12. Listen, I just want more Simpsons games. I want the fucking golden age of Simpsons games from the PS2 to come back with the fucking Simpsons skateboarding. EA, make the Simpsons skateboarding remastered. I think the point I'm trying to make is I would like to see what they could do with technology now for a Simpsons game. That's it. That's it, really. I really like this game. It's the best Simpsons game ever made. If you haven't played it yet, I ruined the story for you. But also, you should probably play it. It's really good. And Ralph, what are you doing?
Ralph! What the fuck? Stop!